feel, but it's steak that makes your senses real. With each bite you take a trip to the stars. The sizzle of the grill, it heals your battle scars. A love affair between man and meat. Your passion for steak can't be beat you, yeah. Oh yeah. You will be, you're a meat lover through and through. You crave that sizzling flavor, it's true. With your hair and your beard so wild, you're the steak-loving heartthrob of the twin stream. You're a steak-loving heartthrob of the twin stream. When the moon rises high and bright, you wield your fork like a knight in meaty fight. The grill becomes your battlefield, flames ablaze. And the steak, oh the steak, it's your trophy, your praise. Ooh yeah. You will be, you're a meat lover through and through. You crave that sizzling flavor, it's true. With your hair and your beard so wild, you're the steak-loving heartthrob of the twin stream.
The following film is presented in its complete theatrical version. It was rated R by the MPAA and may not be appropriate for children under 17. It is rated TV MA LSV and contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I like steak.
Let me tell you, that line is great. I am old, I am tired. And I am very much like most of his tired. There he is. How you doing, everybody? It is Ubi. It is a Monday night. I am sweating my Ubis off. Oh, man. Whew. Let's get that music down just a bit. How you doing, everyone? It is... Uh-oh. We have a serious problem. We have a massive problem, an uncontrollable problem. Oh, no. Okay, there it is. Woo! We're saved. Everybody, we're saved. I found the finger ease. It was moved around to the backside of the monitor. I am going to spray this all over my fretboard. Smells good. Smells like missed notes. But more importantly, how's everybody doing? Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. What do we got in here? We have Brian, we have David, we have the lovely Brandy, who we will be talking with in just a moment. Her smiling face is smiling at me right now. She's also being quiet and doesn't have to be because she won't be able, you guys won't be able to hear her until I turn her on. We have BBM, we have David in there as well. I think I said David, but if I didn't say it, you're said it again. And if I did say it, you're special. You've been said twice. So hello, everyone. That is an awesome bit of news, BBM. That is really cool. Hey, CD Nelson. How you doing, Chris? Quick sound check. That was pretty good to me. You shaking your head no for? You're going to want to probably kill that stream because I'm about to bring you on live now, sweetheart. So, everybody say hello to the lovely Brandy, who is in the other room. It's the easiest way for us to do it because there's no room for the two of us to be together in the same spot. That ain't happening.
There would be no room whatsoever.
Oh, we have to turn Brandy up. She is not quite loud enough.
Oh.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
Everybody wants to hear Brandy. Let's make sure she's loud enough to hear.
Hooray!
All right. So, as you know, we have a brand new merch store, which is down. The link is down in the description of the already. And the designs for the merch store is by Brandy, who, by the way, I just want to tell you, this is Brandy's first time on being on our YouTube live stream. She has been on Twitch streams quite a bit. This is the first time she's ever been in front of you folks.
That's true.
Hey, Robbie, how you doing?
Hey, Robbie.
So as I said, merch store is out there, and there's actually been at least
I know, right?
At least one person has
yes, CD, thank you.
Has made a purchase.
Purchase some merch.
We also have merch coming our way for Proofs, which is in a box there. Now, I will want you to note that it says on the box, fragile.
Fragile. Handle with care.
Which
clearly
they
labeled. I do
not.
Want you to notice this.
Give it a little shake up next to the microphone. That's not how it's supposed to sound. We heard it just the slightest click before Zoom cut it out.
Yeah, the post office guy, when I went in to pick it up, goes, I am going to mark this as damaged because it just doesn't sound good. And I said, well, we're going to be unboxing it on stream, so if they didn't package it well enough to protect it, that's kind of on them.
Yep. Hey, Snug, how you doing?
But yeah, so hopefully it's not too decimated to be viewable. I'm trying to get the box open as it is. It's a little bit.
Yes, it is. We could use it as a shaker / maraca if we just don't take it out of the box.
That's true. That's true. It'll be a rhythm beat, instrument for you. Well, this may. Yeah, no, it's definitely a damage of some kind. Yep.
I would say that's damaged.
Yes.
So the Embrace the Suck mug directly on my face. My face is what got split.
That is correct, folks. This is suckage. Welcome to it. Embrace the suck. Sometimes you gotta, because that's all you get.
Yeah.
It's cute though. I mean, their packaging greatly needs improvement.
Yeah. So what I might suggest doing is maybe we pull the mug off of the store, because I don't want anybody getting a broken one like that.
Because I actually really like the mug.
It turned out when you put the broken piece on it, it turned out pretty good, unless they actually send you like super glue in order to put it back together.
We might practice the Japanese art of kintsukuroi, which is basically you take and you fill the cracks with gold with the what is it, the rosin, gold infused rosin, and then you let it set, and it makes it a piece of artwork instead of just a mug. But I don't know if the pieces that shattered are going to be capable
Don't touch yourself.
of handling that.
I don't need a severed artery on stream. I think that might get us deplatformed.
Yeah, I think that might. Yeah. See, I mean, these are, you may not. Yeah.
Shards,
little bitty chips.
Little shards. Yeah.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate.
Well,
but you're right. I think for the sake of quality control,
well,
it would probably be better not to sell the mugs.
Yeah, I'm going to get. I have to get some super glue anyways to get that the emergency repair on the Groat done. So I will super glue what I can of that back together and keep it for. I believe Brian has already purchased a mug off the store. Maybe his will arrive in a better shape than ours did. But I'm actually going to keep it. I'm going to super glue it back together, and that will absolutely fall in the whole Embrace the Suck.
Yes, it will actually be a perfect tribute to Embrace the Suck.
But this is not a resounding start for Fourth Wall.
No, let me show you the packaging, and that itself, I think, is problematic. They're relying way too much on the corrugated cardboard to protect the mug. And that
so there's no filler at all. It's just the cardboard box.
There's no filler. It's just the cardboard box. Now, this is where I'm going to reach out to them and offer my skills as a seamstress and my 1,000,000,001 plastic bags around the house.
That's true. I will say that when I do ship a giveaway, you're going to have a very interesting filler.
Yes, I have made what we would call. I think I have one in the room. Hold on, let me go get it.
Hey GMG, here is the Brandy Going to Look for Something song.
Well, that was a bust. I lied. At any rate, basically what I figured out to do is that if you take 6 layers of plastic bags, the kind you get from the store, and you put it between parchment paper, and then you iron over the top, it'll make a pretty soft fabric. And so what I've done with that is take it and stitch it into pillows, little pillows, stuff it tight with other plastic bags, and you have what it is, a packing pillow. It can actually be used as a doll pillow too, but
yeah, we've kind of it would work, and yeah, we will probably use that for additional packaging. So unfortunately, The mug did arrive damaged, but fortunately, we embrace that here on this channel. So
yeah.
like I said, I have to go and grab the super glue anyways for the pick guard on the growth for, like I said, for the short term. So we will just super glue it back together, and I will try to find a spot that I can stick it. Maybe I'll keep this here with me, and we'll just stick it on the side over there with it broken.
Yeah, I mean, but I will say it did. I like the coloring. I like
the logo and everything came out
looked.
really well. The way the whole thing came together looks really
If
good.
the mug had not been broken, well, you know.
Well, we'll find out because we have
Yeah.
we've got one heading towards Brian.
Yeah. So that was our exciting news. Now I am also working on an animated logo with our new Embrace the Suck for his channel using Blender right now. So that'll be coming.
We got the mug super fast, Brian. Now the shirt is still in transit. I think that's coming later.
Yeah,
this
the shirt
week.
will be here at the 20th. That's the latest tracking data.
So
And
at
I
least
will
they're
say,
faster than Teespring as far as getting stuff out. So there's that.
Yeah. There's another thing that I may try for mugs that I have used in the past. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I will remember eventually.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. That's what I was talking about. Like Teespring and there's another one that folks were using that was they just weren't shipping. They just flat out were not shipping anything at all. At least it looks like Fourth Wall actually, is in business. So we'll find out. Maybe it's just a one-off. Maybe that packaging normally works a lot better than that, and we'll see.
Yeah.
But there we go. There's our update, unboxing the whole store thing, and of course, everybody gets to see the smiling face of the better half of my world. So,
but anyway, yeah. So thank you guys for letting me join the stream today. Woo-hoo.
Also, Brandy
exciting.
has decided to inherit Candy and is learning to play guitar.
Yes, in terrible fashion.
So we will, at some point in time, we'll get some
I am
Brandy playing
indeed
guitar.
embracing the suck because that's definitely the stage that I'm at. So
everybody has music in them. All right, everybody say goodbye to Brandy. We will move on to some tone shaping. My wonderful, beautiful wife, I will talk to you after I'm off the stream. That's assuming I don't melt and or die of heat exhaustion.
yeah, let's hope you don't do that.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So the wonderful Miss Brandy, and we can bring her on at other times. Also, that means that my Zoom stuff is working, so I can bring folks on that way as well. So I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but I do have a significantly different sounding tone. So I have started dabbling with neural amp model. So we will take a look at my attempt to recreate my chain using NAM instead of what we had before. So this is kind of the 80s lead tone I've settled on so far. Little low. So what we're doing on stream tonight is we're actually going to be dialing these things in. Let's pop in here and bring that up about 2 more dB. Not bad. And then for a kind of an 80s rhythm tone, a little more dry. Gonna need a little bit more gain to it as well. Let's bring that up to 8.5. Not bad at all. I do not dislike that at all. So for our modern metal lead tone, this is the one that I was having some threshold issues with. Hey, Shanty. That seems to be about right on the volume. Missing you round 2. Can't wait for you for everything to kind of get back to normal for everybody. Here's the rhythm version of that. Yeah, you missed Brandy being on stream. I'm always upgrading. Brandy is absolutely right. Always trying to make my sound better. And the difference, so the big reason why I've jumped over to NAM, or at least giving it a shot, is the difference in how they handle the actual simulation for the amps. So with the standard sims like THU and Amplitude, those kind of settings, they're modeling the amp mathematically. So they look at the way the waveform comes out from a particular amp under a particular cab with a particular mic, and they use that to try to take your signal and copy it. The problem is that it's too precise in that you really have to hit the attack on it to really make sure that it plays something. So it misses a lot of transients, it misses a lot of nuance. And so things like a true legato is very difficult to do. Whereas with this, since it's actually acting more like an honest to goodness amp, because what it is it's a neural simulation, similar to AI, but not exactly AI. It's machine learning, so it actually learns how the physical amp actually creates the sound, rather than reproducing it artificially with math and numbers and the like. And so because of that, it catches transients, and it catches so I couldn't do that at all with the previous amps, because those taps, unless I strike them 100% perfectly, it wouldn't get over the compression. So it would die. And so fast little licks like that a quarter of those notes would just disappear. They'd go away. And so instead of being a repeating pattern that your ear can follow, it was dropping out random notes out of that. So it would sound like I was picking incorrectly or I was fingering it incorrectly. But with the way the neural amp does it, it's actually catching those little bits of audio, and instead of discarding it with the compressor, it handles it like an actual amp would, whether it's a tube amp or a solid state or those sort of things. So it's a completely different ballpark of amp modeling. This has got to be my favorite, though, for sure. That is actually a patch built off of the setup that John Petrucci uses with my own additions with reverb and delay and some EQ shaping. So that I just absolutely adore that particular thing. And here's a more dry version of it, which can be used for rhythm. So yeah, I just absolutely love the way this whole patch came out. And then my little Rockman clone actually is honestly using a Rockman. Oh, that is so dead. We need a lot more output than that. Just picking up that. Higher than that. Hey, Ted. That actually has that Rockman sound to it. I've got to get a better, a different cab to work with it. The one that I have on it right now doesn't work as well as I would, so that's something that we'll probably do later. And then, man, the cleans. Oh, the cleans. So here is my pure clean. Modeled after a Fender Twin. Put a little reverb behind that. Here's the same patch with a bit of edge or breakup to it. I can roll the volume back a bit and take that dirt off of it. Really, really good Fender Twin. And then taking it and building it out with the ambience like I had before. So the clean's just cleaned up real good on this as well. And that actually had extra reverb it didn't need. There we go. Hey, Steve. Sorry, I was geeking out over my tone here. So I've got it kind of locked in sort of the way I want. There's a couple of patches that need a little more work. But I'm thinking that I'll get off that screen so that you will not be reading all my emails. And let's do a backing track with the new tones. Let's see what this sounds like. See you, Jake. Hey, Chris. Hey, 2 yards. How you doing? I'm really liking that patch for leads, though. It works so well over so many different tracks that I've played it over. The other thing that I've noticed is since it picks up so much of the little nuances, that those runs, those little faster licks, those little, the little microbursts going from octave to octave, they just flow because I'm not losing notes in them and I'm not having to pick every single note. I was thinking about it when I was looking at my replays, and I'm like, man, I pick everything, and I realized why. It's because the way I had everything set up before, it was just losing so much of the nuance, so much of the little bits were just going away, and because of that, it just sounded like I was only kind of playing part of what I was trying to play. I can't find something else. Spacey driving melodic. See what this sounds like. Congrats on 150, man. Good excuse, BBM. You actually could also be describing Ted there, Brian, because I just got off a Zoom call with Ted just before stream where we got him sorted out with voice meter, his guitar latency issues taken care of, his camera, a new camera, which that new camera is going to need a lot of lighting help, Ted. And setting OBS up. So Ted is almost fully ready to go as well. But that new camera will need some adjustment and will definitely need some lighting. So. Some good stuff though. Oh. I hear the wind picking up outside. I think we might finally be getting some rain. Let's see what the weather radar says. Oh, that storm front is almost right on top of us. Look at that. Ain't she glorious? Right there. Come on, baby. Ubi needs the rain. Ubi needs the rain, please. So much, just it's got so much behind it there. Oh hell, and I wouldn't even on the right freaking pickup. I did the whole last of that song on the wrong pickup. I'm sure everybody saw the post that the backing tracks have gone out for the Song and a Hat 2025. I've already had several people respond back with some questions, so I know that they've gotten them. And yeah. There you go. I like the tumbler idea a lot. I would love a stainless steel tumbler. For one thing, it would help keep this cool because this thing had ice in it. It had ice in it. Now it's got almost room temperature energy drink in it. Yeah, see, that's kind of what our problem has been. Not 100, but 90. And after the rain stops, it goes back up to 90 with 95% humidity. So I'm actually going to open these blinds up so this wind will come in. So pardon me while I adjust my background. There you go. Nice. Love that patch so much. It's so good. And this one is just... I got Dimebag there. 108. It was only 88 here today with 50% humidity. Here's the problem. Our air conditioner doesn't work. So this used to be a solid block of ice. I had the air blowing across it. Oh, man, I could feel the air coming in from that window behind me. Glorious relief. I can't even remember the riff to my own song. There it is. Although that really should be played with this tone. That's the rhythm version of that tone. So tone-wise, this is still a JCM. You can feel the mids on that. I mean, it's just dripping with that fat mid. This tone is an Engel, I think. I don't know. Let's find out, Ubi. You're the one that made the damn tone. How do you not know? Yes, it's an Engel iron lead. So it's heavily scooped, which you can definitely tell. And then this one, I'm not totally sure. Sounds like it might also be a JCM, but I don't think it is. Let me go find out what it is. Looks like a Klon into a Synergy 2 CP and an Ibanez Pentatone EQ at the end of it. It just sounds so punchy. Hey, Jason. Yeah, the one before this is kind of a conglomeration of that mid, like kind of late 80s, early 90s Metallica tone with kind of an undertone of like Pantera from Vulgar Display of Power. So Trapped Under Ice, yeah, I definitely could probably see playing that under it. Man, but this one though. I don't think I can get that harmonic to ring out. That's about as close as we're going to get. Man, it's just been kind of a weird evening, hasn't it? So what has everybody else got going on? Oh, yeah, the reason why I have not played the Tease tonight is because the Tease is currently out of commission. Not serious. I snapped a string really wailing on it playing the these new patches. Boy, I was going for it, and Learning Now That We're Dead by Metallica. Sure, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. But yeah, I snapped. Anybody want to guess which string snapped while I was playing it? We have any guitarists in the house? Which one do you think broke? Whew. Man, I can. Yep, yeah, BBM is right. I could feel that air coming in from that window behind me. It's just going right down my neck, and oh man, ooh, that's some good stuff. No, it's the G. So yes, Steve. So what you didn't hear when we came in, these are I have readjusted my rig to use NAM as alongside THU, so I can switch between NAM and THU at any point in time. Yeah, exactly. I agree. The string told me, "F you, I ain't playing no more." That's exactly what it was saying. Yeah. So this currently playing on NAM. Step that down there. Get that out of my lap for a little bit. Let this air just waft over me. It's just, oh, it feels so good. Yeah. So I can switch between NAM and THU. So. I hear you. I used to be able to play For Whom the Bell Tolls, but it's been so long that I don't think I can keep up with the gallops on it. So yeah, basically what I did was I took NAM and I tried to recreate all of the various THU patches I have, only to make them better. The JCM is a direct 1-for-1 change. The metal tone I swapped to a different a different head because I could. You know, obviously THU, I'm limited by the heads that are available there, whereas in NAM you have a much broader base of them. The biggest deal between NAM and the standard modelers, as I said earlier, is just the fact that it picks up transients so much better. That it catches all the nuances. It catches the little. I mean, my trills are accurate. My tremolo picking comes through more appropriately. My back to this scene here, so that's off my face. Like my legato, I can actually play more than 2 or 3 notes in legato. My economy picking is better. Freaking hammer-ons and pull-offs in general just actually pop. I can do tapping now, which I could not get to work previously, because what's happening is with the traditional amp modelers, unless you have like the best amazing setup for EQ and you tamp down any sort of compression and those sort of things, what's going to happen is your transients, the less loud bits that you may play, just get absolutely crunched down in that in the over aggressive compression on, especially on the power amps, on the Sims on those. And because of that, you know, you literally lose notes. Unless you absolutely play them perfectly and make them ring out perfectly, which I am not. You know, I'm not exactly super sloppy with my fret technique, but I'm also not, you know, that virtuoso shredder absolute perfect guy either. And so because of that, just the neural amp modelers, when they're done right, actually act much more like a cab. So they actually pick up. The tone is very much in the hands, Marshall, for sure. From a large source. Tone 3000 is one of them, Steve, but I use some alternative methods to search. Put some AI tools to work to find additional ones. How you doing, Marshall? It's good to see you. You missed me ripping it up. I might play one more. I'm in kind of like a Southern Rocky type mood, to be honest. So, you know, maybe we'll plug back in and play one more. I could be convinced. We got 5 minutes left on stream. Let's play another track. I definitely could. It's so hard. You have to twist my arm to get me to play something. Especially now that I'm starting to get that rain-cooled air blowing at me from behind there. It is reinvigorating the old oobs. That's okay. I disappear on my own stream all the time. New MIDI controller all dialed in. Excellent. Neural DSP in your live. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Sounds good. Let's find us something. Like I said, I'm wanting something kind of Southern rock. Hush. Outlaw Southern rock. That track was all right. One I haven't played before. How about a tasty Southern rock jam guitar in E minor? Let's see what this sounds like. Man, Marshall goes live just whenever, dude. He hits the go live button and it's just straight up, just right out there. Kind of like some folks I know. gonna keep on playing until somebody gives me the hook. There was the hook. Threw me off. He has a minute of soloing at the end of it. I thought I still had another minute of song left. I'm trying, Marshall. I am trying my damnedest to teach it for those who want to learn it for free and offer a way to do it for them if they would prefer to spend money instead of time. That's my goal. And so I just want to get more people creating. I want to get more people playing guitar. I want to get more people recording guitar. I want to get more people performing live with guitar. And I want to get them with all instruments, whether if bassist, drums, singers, keyboardists, xylophone players. I don't care. You can mic anything up and run it through an interface, man. Yeah, it's not easy, Marshall, for sure. But it is one of those things that I have done a lot of teaching, and my methods are maybe a little different than yours, although I'm sure we run pretty similar in what we do and what we teach. So the more of us that are out there teaching people how to create, the more content we get out there, and the better things are. Yep, you absolutely can. For people who have a problem with Behringer, a $50 5-fine interface will get you a monster tone as well. Go up about $50, you can get yourself a PreSonus. Go another 20, you can get a Gen 3 Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. It doesn't have to cost a lot for the interface. You will need a computer that will run it, but depending on what you want to run, it may not have to be that strong. If you just want to record, it's pretty simple. If you want to stream, you'll need something a little bit stronger. It's the setup that takes the time. And, that's really the whole point of why I offer a product that is a setup product for people. But as Ted will, nice. I love to hear that. I know you're having so much trouble with that other laptop, Marshall. As Ted will attest to, I'm not about the money. I mean, I have given him hours of my time to help him get set up. And that is because I care, man. Yeah, my internet is absolutely dying. So we'll put a pin on it. This has been a great stream. Man, I wish I could just sit and hang out and talk with all of you, but it looks like my internet is not going to cooperate tonight. So we're going to finish it off. Thanks everybody who was here. Thanks to all the Patreon supporters. Your names should be on the back. I have a new supporter at the front row level that is not there. Thank you. I believe it was Rob or Tom. I'm not sure which one it is. But sorry. I will get your name on next time. And thanks everyone for watching. And it's not a studio issue. It's OBS. And actually, it's my internet. I can already tell. So appreciate it, everybody, who stopped by. We'll see you tomorrow night for Tech Talk Tuesday and then Ted's live stream. And we will see you then. Appreciate each and every one of you.